Oh, Jesus, guys. I just came back out because it looked like I may have been wrong about Nick Fuentes. Because I'm listening to another show right now. Please check out their show, IHIP News, the latest content. And they just filled me in because, again, I don't listen to. Oh, she said it. She said it. Oh my God, she said exactly what I said. Oh my God, I'm using the copyright doctrine. She just said what I said. Hold on. I want to tell you, she said it. How they're able to consolidate such a huge audience because there are points that are made that are universal that make sense to people on the right or the left. Oh my God. What they do is then they say you can't have these things because, and they pick the most marginalized group. Of course. Which is at the core of bizarrely Candace Owens' stuff. She's a black person that wants to uphold white supremacy. Exactly. Oh my God, you said it. You said it. I said it. She said it so good. You said elegantly. I said my problem with Candace Owens is the fact that Candace Owens is a black woman and she act like she ain't black and she wants to act like she is that she doesn't understand the black struggle, the black woman's struggle, and she's out here acting like there's no such thing as racism and YT is the best and that we are weakly lazy. We use racism, etc. as a culture, and I don't like her. But now she's going out here and she's acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in regards to her friend, right? And I don't know if what she's doing besides the topic that she's arguing, the conspiracy type of she's about conspiracy about the government conspiracy. I'm not taking up for her when she says what she thinks happened to him because I'm not part of that community, so I'm not gonna say that. Oh, I'm not even gonna repeat what she said they did. And IHIP News, they are repeating exactly what Candace Owen is saying. What caused the incident the other day? I am not choosing to do so because I have friends in the community and I don't want to perpetrate Candace Owen narrative. But even Candace Owen said that's not what she's saying. People are taking her words out of context, but that's not the point. The point is in the matter is that they just made me realize that I may have been wrong about Nick Fuentes. Apparently, Nick apparently had a lot of things to say prior to the incident that happens, in which he kind of sort of is backtracking. I thought that he was friends with the person that was impacted by the incident that happened the other day, but apparently they weren't friends. And he was bad mouthing him and taking away his Christian hat, or Catholic hat, his Christian hat. That's what Nick Fuentes was saying beforehand. This is all I'm hearing now. Again, I don't watch these people. And now he is now being angry at the government too, Nick Fuentes. So it's possible that Nick Fuentes is also on Candace Owens' side, and at least in certain nuances where he's saying that the government is not doing anything to solve what happened. I think Nick Fuentes is at least acknowledging that the problem is within his community and that the government needs to figure out and help so it doesn't happen again because obviously Nick Fuentes is similar to the person that actually the person that was part of the incident the other day. So he's very familiar as far as his make and his the way he spoke. But he used to also say that that person didn't have a right to say what they had to say, and people should approach that person and really, confront the person for his ideas. So I didn't know that Nick Fuentes was actually an opposing figure to the person who was impacted by the incident the other day. I did not know that until I am listening now. And I thought that Nick Fuentes and Candace Owen was opposite, but it looked like Nick Fuentes and Candace Owen may be on the same side. My God. What? And one thing that these ladies said that I said, maybe not as eloquently, is that now that they are fighting each other, They can no longer push back at everybody else and say that we cannot use the First Amendment rights. They can no longer, if you are going to battle the government and you're going to use your platform to go against the government, and then you are going to claim First Amendment, right? Then organizations and everybody else that's watching this are now going to have a path to say, hold up, wait a minute. I think this is why ABC hasn't directly fired Jimmy Kimmel, because they see now the undercurrents of what the MAGA is doing against the other MAGA. Like one group of MAGA spokesperson is doing to the other MAGA spokesperson. So they are waiting. They're like, wait a minute, hold up. And I agree, because I said it earlier, maybe not as eloquently as these ladies are, but if they are fighting, they're using the First Amendment to say what the hell they want to do and to go after the government, then that means they can't come after us if we're doing the same thing. Of course, they're going to want to try. They're going to want to try to, like, oh, we're the only one that has the right to say whatever we want to say, because that's what they've been doing all the time, to be honest with you. The MAGA community has been talking mad crap about everything from Biden to Nancy Pelosi husband. They've been calling different actors and stuff like that. They've been going in. They've been disrespectful. Whenever the MAGA community, the far right community, are talking about race and LGBTQ and women rights and stuff like that, they always stand on the First Amendment right to say whatever they feel like, because this is America. But yet now the most recent horrible incident happened, and again, it should not happen at all. We didn't have anything to do with it. It was somebody in their own community. But the whole horrible incident happened, and people are talking about the horrible incident. They're talking about their opinion on the person that the incident happened to, and then people are being doxxed. They're losing their job. They're being disrespected. They're being threatened and stuff like that. People are getting fired. So now the First Amendment is under attack, because if you are able to use the First Amendment prior to the incident, now you're telling everybody that they cannot use the First Amendment, then that you're wrong, period. But at the end of the day, they are using it as a weapon because they have control of the White House, they have control of the Supreme Court, they have the control of Congress. So they're using all of this as a weapon, and they're using what happened as a glaring sword to swipe everything. But now here we are in a new phase, because now, because I use the analogy of supernatural, there are two opposing powerful groups that's part of the same community that's fighting each other. And the one that's fighting against the government are using their First Amendment right to say whatever the hell they want to say. So if the MAGA community is split in half, and they're using the First Amendment right to go after the government and go after each other, then that means, just like the lady said, and that's what I said earlier, that we need to stay quiet and watch it happen. Because Candace Owens and it looked like Nick Fuentes are fighting the battle themselves. They fighting that battle. They fighting the battle to hold the government accountable. Apparently, Nick Fuentes is fighting the battle to hold the government accountable. I'm not even paying attention to what the House representative doing as far as bringing Patel up to answer questions, etc., etc., etc. They're running him through the mill, and I'm sure so is the Republican, because they are scared. So they're probably united against the FBI director. But in my opinion, it's because he's a brown male. In my opinion, because they're not doing the same thing with the defense secretary, who is out of line, who done a lot of things, who has a case against him, who had to pay a woman in regards to a rape case, and then after that he has been known to be drinking and sending signal information of very high profile security stuff. He's done a lot, but they're giving him grace. So what's the difference between the defense secretary, who could actually bring us into a full blown war, and the FBI agent because of the handling of certain situation? The fact is that I think Mega is allowing him to hang on his own because he's a brown male, whereas the other guy was a Haggard or whatever his name is. The defense secretary is a white male. So they're giving him more grace. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. But here we are right now. We have the MAGA community are fighting among each other. And I just found out by listening that it looked like Nick Fuentes, who I thought was opposite of Candace Owens. I'm still waiting to find out more because I don't want to listen to his show. He is trying to hold the government accountable for what happened to the guy, even though he was against the guy prior to the incident. He wants to know what the government is doing about it. Candace Owens wants to find out what happened to the guy and if there's a conspiracy. They are all using the First Amendment rights at this time to go after the government. Are they going to be canceled? And if they don't get canceled for what they're saying by using the First Amendment, that means the rest of us eventually are going to be safe too. I know it's a lot. We need to stay quiet. We need to stay vigilant. We need to allow them to fight this battle. We need to stay quiet and allow them to fight this battle. I appreciate the two women on AIHIP. They said this is their title, guys, not my title. I have my own title. They said IHIP News, MAGA Civil War explode as Trump loses grip after the incident. I'm not going to name the person. Right? These ladies are going in. They are going in. And they are apparently they are from what, Oklahoma? Yeah, and also Laura Loomer was also after the young person, the person prior to the incident. What does grouper mean? Oh, hold on. Let me see. What the hell does this mean? Everybody's using this word grouper, guys. I don't know what it means. If it's offensive, let me look at what this means. I am like in shock right now. Guys, I am in shock. I'm so in shock. I am so shocked. I wasn't interested in any of this stuff prior to the incident happening. I didn't know who this guy is, like prior to the incident that happened. I wasn't paying attention to him. So groupers are a group of all right white nationalists and Christian nationalist activists led by Nick Fuentes. Okay, so Nick Fuentes is part of is the grouper army. Okay, so Christian national advocates is groupers. Okay, okay, all right. Because I don't know what the hell. Why does everybody keep talking about this grouper thing? Right? Okay, so I guess that's his name. They said that Lori Loomer deleted her tweet when she was actually harassing. Oh my God, MAGA. Are we serious? Are we seriously telling me that you guys are coming after us? When all of this inner fighting has been happening all this time? Like, are we serious right now? And Candace Owen is the one that's opening the door for all of us to pay to find out what the hell is going on. So apparently, to reports, right? Laura Loomer actually went after the person prior because they said that the person was betraying the current occupant. And now she's going ham now and trying to oust what she considered leftist organizations and others for what they're saying about the incident after the incident happened. The left had absolutely nothing to do with it. This is the thing. This woman is a psycho. Talk about your people. Your people is the one that actually did it. The left have nothing to do with it. We don't care if you cuckoo for Cocoa Puff, Laura Loomer, come after for anybody that's on social media because you apparently was bad mouthing this young person prior to the incident. What the fuck? I didn't even know this. She said she used the word charlatan, political opportunist, mental gymnastic, stabbed the occupant in the back. It's right here. Oh my God, I have the screenshots. Oh my God, I have the screenshots. Oh my God, I have the screenshots. Hey, we got two people. We didn't. Please check out my previous live, guys. If you were here, I'm sorry. I started talking about this since 5 o'clock in the morning. If you are here, thank you for coming in. Please check my previous live when I talk about Candace Owen. Now I'm talking about Nick. Oh my God, Laura Luma. I don't want to hear. She's talking about the what happened, the person that the incident happened. Claim he is pro-Trump ever again after this weekend. I've said he has revealed himself as a political optimist, and I have a front row seat to witness the mental gymnastic these last 10 years. She goes on because she deleted it. This skanky, I'm sorry. Well, did she delete it? She didn't delete it. It's still here. How did people say she deleted it? It's still here. Lately, he has decided to behave like a charlatan, claiming to be pro occupant one day while he stabbed the occupant in the back the next. I'm only going to name the occupant one time. The organization was only able to thrive thanks to the generosity of the occupant. On the 1 year anniversary of the attempt of the occupant, Charlie hosted two people at the conference where Dave Smith was able to speak to a bunch of conservative youth at the organization that claimed to be pro-occupant. 3 weeks ago, Dave Smith called the occupant to be removed from office over his decision to do something overseas. The young person played both sides of the overseas issue on his show, as we all saw, because he wants to play to both sides of the aisle. The honorable thing to do is to have a position and actually defend it to. Wow, she actually used the D word instead of flip flopping. Smith says all MAGA should turn on the occupant and abandon him. He said it 3 weeks ago. See the clip below. The organization is definitely not pro-occupant. If they were, they certainly aren't anymore. All out of all the incredible pro-occupant voices out there who support the person, the individual that the incident happened the other day decided to host David Smith. It really is shameful. And I'm honestly just disgusted by the nonstop flippy flopping on the right. This is insane. And now this crazy cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs individual is now talking about how she is collecting names of anybody who talks about said person when she herself. I'll be right back because I'm taking a picture of this. I'm taking a picture of this. When she herself badmouthed the guy herself prior to the incident. This is insane. Guys, this is what is happening. You can't go on and use the D word. When did she do this? On July 13th. You can't go on and use the D word in regards to this guy on July 13th. And now you're trying to act like you didn't talk about this guy and call him all kind of names now that something has happened. This is insane. I didn't even know that she did that. I know she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I know that she is a person that's completely. Some people call her a sycophant, right? I know she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She even talks about her mental illness issues, right? And her family does. I know this, but to find out that she was bad mouthing this guy beforehand, and now she's trying to change and delete stuff from her. Don't delete nothing, ma'am. Don't delete nothing. Oh, Anonymous went in. Ooh. Anonymous went in. They're saying that the perp that did it followed Laura Loomer on social media. Mike Niels is talking about it. What is happening? Okay, hold up. Hold the fuck up. Okay, hold up. 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 All this time. Oh, I just hold on. You mean to tell me all this time since September 11th that um the MAGA community has been fighting among themselves about this issue? Are you telling me that the MAGA community is that what I'm hearing? That all this time the MAGA community was fighting each other about what happened and I did not know this? I did not know. I did not know they were fighting each other about this. I'm like, the only reason why I'm paying attention to it is because Candace Owens started talking about this. And then I thought that Nick Fuentes was against Candace Owens. And now I'm finding out that I'm possibly wrong, that Nick Fuentes is possibly after the government and telling the government they need to do something to what happened, even though he badmouthed said person too. Now, of course, everybody's going to try to now come back together, but you can't change what you've done. Maida Hassan also. This woman is trying to rewrite history. Laura Loomer is trying to rewrite history when she badmouthed this guy. This is crazy. I didn't even know this was going on prior to Candace Owens. Now you have nothing. Oh my God. Now you have, oh my God, the leader of a huge leader now denying claims. We don't care. I'm seeing now that there's been a report that Antifa is being labeled. We don't care. We didn't have nothing to do with this. They're gonna have to cancel each other. Wow. So Nick Fuentes is also one that is calling for. I don't even know what to say. I'm a loss for words. like I, I'm literally at a loss for words. I don't even know what to say. I'm at a loss for words, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know what to say. All of this was going on, and we didn't know nothing about. I didn't know nothing about this. I did not know these people were fighting each other like this. I did not know. Lord have mercy, guys. So anyway, as I was saying that now that I'm realizing that these people, all of them, have had a lot of things to say about what happened, about the person prior to the incident happening. And now you have the Candace Owens of the world that look like she is about to go to war. And she is using, in my opinion, the First Amendment right to say what the hell she want to say. Then maybe possibly the groups that are now doxing, firing, taking opportunities from people for even talking about the subject matter, at the end of the day, we're going to get our rights back. Because if they're using the First Amendment right to talk about each other, to go after the government, to go after each other because of the incident, at the end of the day, they all have to collectively realize that they have to protect the First Amendment. Because you guys are gonna, they can't continue to fight each other, you know. Because what they're gonna do, they're gonna cancel each other. For example, as I was saying that I didn't even know Nick Fuentes was one of them, but I was saying that Laura Loomy may be a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs powerful, but Candace Owen is powerful too. So what if Nick Fuentes she looks horrible. Ugh, they look horrible. Oh. It was so funny. Guys. If the cancel culture has been taken up by MAGA and their lack of respect, and I'm just saying if, they're using the First Amendment against us and saying that we do not have the First Amendment right to talk about anything in regards to the incident or anything about them, because this is where it's going, right? Because they're going to take one incident and make it bigger. What if it's being stopped right now? What if, because they are fighting again, it's a supernatural battle between two very powerful enemies. They're fighting each other like in a supernatural series. And all we have to do is sit back and watch it, because that's exactly what we're doing. All we need to do at the end of the day, everybody that's not involved in this situation, is to stay quiet, because they are fighting it themselves. And at the end of the day, if each of them are using the First Amendment right, and each of them are using the cancel culture, then their people are going to see the ridiculousness of it, and they're going to stop. You know what they said? Two negative matters cannot touch, two positive matters cannot touch. Is explosive. I think that's what's going to happen. That's happening right now. I didn't know none of this. I didn't know Nick Fuentes was going after the government. I didn't even know Nick Fuentes was going after the person that was the incident was about. Prior to the incident, I didn't know that Laura Loomy was going after the person. I didn't know they were angry at him because of his take on the Epstein files and other things. My concentration was just the Epstein files. But I didn't know they were angry at him, and there was a split in the party, and it continues. Not Candace Owens is going in and saying that I want to know what happened to him, my friend. And now Nick Fuentes is blaming the government for not doing enough. And he even went as far as to say that the occupant is not even spending enough time reverencing the person that the incident happened, that he's just brushing it off and moving on, and that's supposed to be his friend. This is pure madness that's happening. And I didn't know none of this. I didn't know none of this was happening until Candace Owens came out. So I say to us, we need to be quiet. We need to stay out of it. If you have anything to lose, let them fight it out. Let them fight it out, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Pennsylvania is having a bad day today. Yesterday. Ooh. Ah, Suki. Oh, God, this is horrible. I need to find out who the perp is. Something happened in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania yesterday, guys. This is getting crazy. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. Again, we need to remain quiet and vigilant. In your county, something happened in your county, guys. A lot of stuff is going on right now. A lot of stuff is going on right now with the community, with their community, and you know, wow. Shoot, I gotta get some sleep. I'm gonna be exhausted. Oh my gosh, the world is getting great. Anyway, we need. I'm gonna. God, you have a screenshot. I wanna. If you have a screenshot, where is it? We need to be quiet, guys. I'm telling you, we need to be quiet. We need to be quiet. We need to be quiet, guys, and allow them to do this, because at the end of the day, if they are fighting each other about the First Amendment and the cancel culture, if they are fighting each other about the First Amendment and the cancel culture, then at the end of the day, we should all be fine, because they cannot cancel each other. And the various organizations that's raging and firing people and taking opportunities as a result of the First Amendment, people rights to talk about what's happening in real life, they're going to have to reverse their policy, because what are you going to do? You're going to cancel your own people? Because these people are powerful in their own right. It's cook for Cocoa Bus, but believe it or not, these people are powerful in their own rights. I'm telling you. The Megan Kellys of the world is powerful. The Nick Fuentes of the world is powerful. They have their own group. Even Candace Owen, as a black female who's upholding, and I didn't say it, they said it. They said it on the show. I played it. She said that Candace Owens is a black face who's upholding white supremacy. I'm going to play it again. All right. She said, I want to play it. I'm using the copyright rule, fair usage. She said here. Candace Owens stuff. She's a black person that wants to uphold white supremacy. Exactly. Bizarrely, Candace Owen is a black person that wants to uphold white supremacy. So because she wants to uphold white supremacy and she's known as upholding white supremacy, a lot of people is going to listen to her words. So that means that she's going to use her First Amendment rights to go after the government, who she feels is conspiring to keep the truth about what happened the other day. Half the MAGA communities are going to be mad at her because they think that she is a black face lying. The other ones are going to stand by her because she's always supported the white supremacy, and she's their token, and they're going to believe her. You have the Nick Fuentes, and I don't know, they're going to probably start paying attention to Nick Fuentes' last name soon, depending on who they are, who is also going after the government by not giving enough attention to what happened the other day, even while it's found out that Nick Fuentes was bad-mouthing the person a few days before this incident happened. And let's not even talk about Laura Loomy, who's actually talking about how she's taking names of leftists and people that's making fun, where she was disrespecting the guy on July the 13th. This is crazy. And I knew none of this. But at the end of the day, we don't need to continue to talk about the incident or the person. We need to allow them to fight it out in a new supernatural way. Two enemies fighting out among each other. And I'm not saying necessarily that they're our enemies, but that's how new supernatural the series was. You have two powerful enemies. They were enemies to each other. Gabriel and David and them fighting against Lucifer and his kind, and Samuel. This is what's happening right now. The two enemies are fighting each other, and maybe at the end of the day, we could keep the First Amendment right, and we could stop the cancel culture being misused by the far right. This is crazy. Who knew about Nick Fuentes? And this is me saying that he's going to be against Candace Owens. Now I don't know, because it was implied that he is against Candace Owens when it comes to this topic. Maybe he just cares about the government doing what the government has to do. And he disagreed completely with Candace Owens. Who knew? But they're all fighting each other. It's crazy. We need to stay quiet, guys, and allow them to fight it out and see what happens at the end. This is crazy. Anyway, I got to go back to sleep. You guys have a good day. Please like, subscribe, and share. Get me the 50 subscribers so I could go live on this channel. I really appreciate you without using StreamYard. I really appreciate everybody. Have a good night. Or good morning. Okay, bye. And if you are watching this, please check out my first live about Candace Owens. All right, thank you.